Good morning. Welcome to J Mom. I am up on this March the 17th, this Monday morning, getting prepared for work. As you all know, I am a work from home specialist. I do work from home. And so this morning it was on my mind after prayer. I was thinking about boundaries. Somehow the word boundaries came to my mind. And I was just thinking, do we set boundaries for ourselves? Do we set boundaries within our relationships with our partner, in relationship with our children? Are there boundaries set? Because sometimes I feel like my boundaries are being invaded, not invaded in such a way that people would think, but I just come to think that people don't consider a couple, just two ordinary people, me and my significant other, as having boundaries. Some things is tolerable in our home. Some things we just don't tolerate. One thing we pressure on ourselves as in a young adult, the first and most, we need to stay employed, find employment. With the economy the way it is today, we cannot go without employment. We got to have a means to take care of ourselves in case something happens. I just thought I'd talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. And I just wanted to share with my platform. Because some people consider me being mean. Because I feel like sometimes you put too much pressure on one person, it starts to break it down. It's just like building a home. If you got too much of something somewhere, it's gonna collapse. That building can collapse. And that's what I feel like within homes. We can put too much and it starts to collapse. It starts to fall apart. It starts to shatter. Sometimes even if it doesn't fall apart, when we speaking of boundaries and invasion, are others taking consideration that within a home that two people live in, they have rules for one, which I'm a big person on rules. I believe rules has to be set. You can't live anywhere without rules. The government, we operate on rules, right? So why shouldn't we have rules within our own household? And I've heard a lot of people say, and I'm just going to use this as an example. I'm going to bring my own personal relationship to social media, because as a content creator, my life is eventually going to be to the forefront. And I just have a real issue with me and my partner. We're living together. We're together in our home with our pets. My pets is like my babies. Those are my babies. Those are my children. I have 3 children. I have Lulu, I have Gucci, and I have Louie. Those are my 3 dogs. So, an incident happened recently where he had to take his adult child back into our home because of some reason I have no clue. I don't know. One minute they said the child not functioning as he or she should. If that's the case, we're not counselors, we're not doctors, we're not therapists. Nothing we can do in this household that can resolve the issue. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm not being hard in no way, fashion, or form. I'm being real about issues because I know this person from past experiences. So, and I'll get you guys caught up with it. Even if it has to take doing chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. Let's take this back. This is story time. We doing story time. And I know I asked everyone to do Q&As on me as a new up-and-coming content creator. I know you guys are wanting to get to know me, just like I would love to get to know all of my subscribers, because these are my family. This is why I call everybody J-Mom family. We're family. And first and foremost, as a family, we all need to get to know each other. So with that being said, you guys, we're going to do an episode where you guys drop the comments, questions. You can message me. You can DM me. However the questions needs to get to me. Whatever questions you guys have for me, I will openly and honestly answer them. I do not mind. I'm a very open and honest person because I feel like this. I'm at the age. I don't have to make up stories, fibulate, make like my life is perfect, make like everything is true for what I say, because we have the moments. So, with that being said, we're gonna do story time. And I'm gonna do story time chapter 1, which is gonna be introduction. And I probably dropped this video today, but the introduction on all of why this particular topic here has came about is because it's pondering and lingering in my mind. And when things linger in my mind, I have to get it off my chest because it has to come out, or it will sometimes get to a point where I call it choking me, because it stresses me out. I have serious headaches. I already suffer from seizures, so I do not like for those things to come. So to prevent all of that, I have to let it out in some way, fashion, or form. And this is the way I'm going to have to let it out. So chapter 1 is going to be introduction, which I'm actually going to record that on my camera because I think it's going to be too much storage to hold on my phone. So I'm just going to drop this introduction right here on today on my platform for you guys. And like I said, this is called boundaries, rules, that I have. The capacity that people don't understand as humans. You know, when you feel a cup overflowing, that cup, you pour in a cup, juice in a cup, and you keep pouring and pouring, and it goes over the cup. It overflows. Sometimes it could be a good thing. Sometimes overflowing can be a bad thing. And so we're going to be talking about different topics, but I'm bouncing around because I got a lot of things in my head. And that's why I said we're going to probably have to take this into chapters. So, back to what I was thinking and back to what I was talking about. As I said, today, Monday, March the 17th, and it's approximately 8:13 Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, we took a young adult now who feels the need. He don't have to work. Now your daddy is retired and he still works a side job. Me, as you guys know, I'm always working. I work at least 16 to 18 hours a day on my 9 to 5 job. Then, when I get off, I may not post content, but books and books up on YouTube, learning the YouTube game, studying my content. And this is not something I just came upon. I've always knew I wanted to be a content creator. The word content creator just became very popular. This is something I feel like I always knew I wanted to do. Produce content. People tell me that's because you like to talk, Jackie. You always got a topic. And I used to do this in my household. We used to play topic of the day. And we would pick a topic, and the topic, we would discuss this topic throughout the day in our house, and it would be a conversation amongst whoever lived in the home. And it's especially in New York, where there used to be my mom and my auntie. My auntie was downstairs, my mom was upstairs, and my mom would come upstairs to my auntie's house, or vice versa, and bring the kids. And my auntie had 3 kids, and my mama had 4. So we didn't never go outside because we had to study, so we would play together. And we would play games like that. So that's what I'm talking about. How do you guys feel about when your significant other, family, feels a need or pressuring you to bring your adult child into your home, back into your home that you decided to split them because at some point they didn't understand that there was bills within homes? How they thought that, I don't know. Because as you know, my lights don't run off of free money. It comes out of my pocket, his pocket. The internet bill that runs every day, that you connect your Wi-Fi to our phone, to your phone, that gets paid every day. The food you eat, the water you use, we pay those bills. The roof you have over your head, we pay that. Any excess still is covered by us. So tell me, how do you think you can come into this home, lay up on yo, and not contribute? Do my last name FOOL? I don't think so. So I don't know a way that I can approach him and let him know, like, this child was just playing games with your head. There was nothing wrong with him. He was perfectly fine. This was his scheme to come up, to move back into our home so that he didn't have to pay bills and he could decide he could work when he want to work. Because why all of a sudden, now that you're back over here, you find your mind, and when they wanted to call you help, you didn't want to seek help. They wanted to call you a therapist. You didn't feel the need you needed a therapist, but yet they called their daddy, pressuring their daddy every day that their brother, their nephew, their cousin needed help. What help can we contribute over here? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm a content creator. I'm an influencer. I don't have a MD, a PhD. Make it make sense. So I'm back. I just had to make a quick review of work. But yeah, am I wrong for feeling that way? Help me to understand. Do y'all think I'm wrong for feeling that way? Because I honestly don't want anyone to feel like I don't want him to help his child out on time of need. But his child is 45 something years old, 44, something like that. Not a child of his own, was living with his girlfriend. A whole family. Do you think every time that he decides, oh, things ain't working out with me and my girlfriend, I'm gonna run back to daddy and interfere in daddy's household? No, you have to learn to be a man and stand up. Figure it out. Work it out. If things ain't working between y'all two, find your alternate route on how you gonna maneuver. Cause think about this. Daddy might not always be around. who's going to be your scapegoat then? So you always got to have that backup plan. And like I tell my kids, and people tell me this a lot. Oh, and I know my son, he stays at home. My son lives with my mom. My son doesn't work. My son is 19 years old. My son is a college student. My son works on building him his own game system. My son is currently working on doing his own streaming platform. So my son has plans and goals. My daughter's the same. My daughter graduated from college in Central. She graduated from Central. When she graduated from Central, she came back home and she couldn't find her job immediately. She started doing gig work until she found a steady job. Now she currently works for the school system. She got another part-time job because she wanted to keep active. She constantly is in the gym, working on her physical ability. When things doesn't work out between her and my mom, if there's any disagreements, she doesn't run to my household as an escape. She figures it out, which is what I teach my children. You have to learn to figure things out because mom, dad is not going to always be there. So you always have to have that backup plan. So what people thought was that, and this was something I really couldn't understand from his family. The minute things did not go right in his son's household, y'all wanted to get on the phone and harass his dad. Like, oh, things ain't, you need to check him out. You need to do this. You need to do that. He doesn't have to. That's a grown man. If he was sick and didn't have it all up here, there are therapists to do that. His dad is not a therapist and neither am I. I can't treat him for nothing. And neither can his dad. So now, keep in mind, he sit on this all day while I'm at work. His dad is at work. He does absolutely nothing. So do you think I'm wrong to approach him? Because this is my long-time partner. When things doesn't work out between us two, I don't run to my mom. I don't run to anyone. I figure it out at home. I figure it out. I've never been that type. If things didn't work here, I'm gonna run here. I make it work. I stuck in a relationship with my son's dad for 16 years. There was a lot of things that did not go right within that 6-year time frame with us. But within that 16 years, when things didn't go right, I didn't leave him or dodge him and run to my mom because I didn't have answers. We had to figure it out. We had to figure it out. And then maybe use my mom. If we couldn't figure it out between the two of us, then maybe call my mom. Yo, Rebecca, Mom, what do you suggest I do in this type of situation? And I would take her suggestions and use it towards an alternative or a resolution. But I never thought that was my immediate scapegoat if the two of us was arguing and things didn't go right, or I didn't like the way he ran our household, and because he lived into their household. You know, once I decided to be an adult, I became an adult. And that means taking on adult responsibilities. So if I'm wrong, I definitely would like my subscribers, my supporters to say, well, you know what? Look at it from this point of view. Look at it from this point of view. Because I definitely don't mind being checked, if that's what you want to say. I don't mind being checked. Because sometimes I look at things in black and white. I don't see that gray area. And sometimes that third eye can see that gray area and be like, Jackie, you know what? Maybe look at it from this point. Maybe give him 7 days and say 17. What you gonna do after your 7-day plan is up? Because your 7-day plan is up. I mean, I hear you rapping at the age of 40, but hey, rapper, this ain't no studio back there. I ain't got nothing back there that can look like a studio. So I'm really trying to figure out why did the family even make up lies like that he needed help. Constantly calling him. Am I wrong for checking that? Am I just being a little too? And it's not that I be wanting him all to myself. I don't mind sharing. Because I understand you got brothers, you got sisters, you got sons. Your aunt, your uncle, your grandpa. I understand that. I understand that. But when there's nothing really wrong with you, and I literally can watch you drink and smoke all day, and you can't figure out how to get a job, what job you had, why did you let it go in the type of economy we got today? Like with the president you got today, if you got a job, you better hold on tight to it. Because federal workers, city workers, farm workers, they're being left off left and right. I have literally watched customer service positions become now remotely, where they got the remote answering the phones, trying to solve problems that a human needs to be doing. But they'll probably put one human to every robot that they put out there. 10,000 robots, one human. But I'm just saying, it's just my Monday's thought. Like, my brain is everywhere on a Monday, trying to figure out what my week is gonna be like. And another thing, not to go off topic, but I'm gonna be fasting. I'm gonna take 3 days and we're gonna fast. I got a lot of things I need to pray and ask God for, not only for myself but others. That's one of the things, but neither here nor there. That's a whole nother daytime, probably another year. You know? So y'all feel me on that. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and post this right here, and we're gonna end it here. I'm gonna see what the comments look like. Y'all tell me if I'm just being a little too extra. If I'm being extra, check me. Y'all know J Mob, she don't mind being checked. So check me if I need to be checked. But I'm gonna drop this video and I'll probably post something else. Check back in with y'all a little later. See what y'all saying about it. Okay, don't forget the Q&As, y'all. So drop the questions. I'll answer them. Y'all drop the questions today. I give y'all all week to drop the questions. I'll do a Q&A probably not April Fool's Day. Probably April the 2nd, maybe. I'll look at the calendar. See what the calendar look like. But we're gonna end it on that note right there. Cause that was a mouthful right there. Storytime number 1. We're dropping on J Mob channel on this beautiful Monday. See y'all. Peace.